Great. Now, I'm delighted to be introducing today's presenter, Sandy Zeissler. Sandy has a passion to empower individuals and families to take charge of their health through education to reduce everyday chemicals from their lives. Through her own journey identifying food and chemical allergies through clean eating and switching to natural products, which includes Young Living essential oils, her life has changed drastically. A trainer at heart, she loves sharing with others what she has learned herself. I'll give you Sandy Zeissler. Go ahead.
Great. Thank you, Suzanne. Um, yeah, so Sandy Zeiszler, I am down in Minneapolis, Minnesota, or just outside of Minneapolis, Minnesota, down in the United States. Um, and I want to share a little bit more about the Young Living essential oils, a little about myself. For those of you who know and been on the journey with me, been using the essential oils for about 6 years now. Have discovered that a lifetime of food and chemical allergies that I'm discovering. I always thought it was just outdoor conditions, allergic to trees and dust and mold, but it's actually ended up being a lot of household chemicals that I was allergic to and some food intolerances that I was discovering. And by shifting and getting rid of some of the over-the-counter medications, I have been healing my gut and helping it heal a lot faster, and then switching it out and removing some food like dairy and gluten and stuff like that, which was causing a lot of problems for my diet, but also that I was discovering that I was having some liver issues, and doctors really basically told me that I could just kind of come back when I needed a liver transplant. And I just said, no, that's not happening, and started doing research on my own and discovered that, besides alcohol, having cirrhosis of the liver, which I don't drink alcohol and never have, was finding that actually over-the-counter medication and antihistamines and such like that were causing some liver disease as well. And Melissa was shaking her hand. She knows that what it does to the gut, it just really wreaks havoc on our guts, all of that stuff. And I was a chronic user of pain medication for chronic neck pain. So that's a little bit about me. Love the essential oils. I love talking about them any day and every day. It's about healthcare versus, whoops, it's going to go twice, of course. Stop. What is it doing? I have no idea. Try that again. I don't know what I did. Okay. Try not to click on the YouTube button here because I got that going on my screen. So healthcare versus sick care. We always hear about healthcare. We always go to the doctor for healthcare, and I put that in quotes, but it's actually when we're sick, we go to the doctor. But we don't talk about staying healthy and how can we live a healthy life. Getting rid of the toxins and making the right choices for our families, and bringing in the right chemicals or the non-chemical products into our lives, and switching out that, but taking charge of our own health. And I always say about that, our health, because we are taking charge of our sick care as well. Because if we're healthy today, we're going to stay healthier longer into our life instead of being sick all the time. I always like to talk about ditch the switch, and I do classes on ditch the switch. I've got a couple coming up with my team that we're going to talk about that. But just removing, and that's one thing that I started doing first, was removing some of the chemicals. For years I would clean the bathroom, spray it down, holding my breath or holding something over my mouth because I couldn't breathe in the toxins. And I'm like, well, duh, that makes sense. I'm like, oh yeah, of course I'm supposed to use this product because it's supposed to clean all the germs. But I would leave and then come back and clean the bathroom an hour later when the chemicals and fragrances disperse, because I would just gag. And so using Thieves Cleaner for my now household cleaner, laundry soap and detergent, I can feel a lot bigger difference. My hands don't swell up. I don't get red scales on my fingers and on my face and stuff. So they're really good ways to ditch this and switch for some really simple household cleaning products. It's an amazing way to do that. And Thieves is, everybody's really familiar with Thieves, and it's just, small steps in our lives that we can take to help us on our long journey of being healthier. So what are essential oils? They're really the liquids extracted from the plant. There's a steam distillation that helps extract that from the plant. So it's all coming from plants, which are our natural products, are grown in farms and in different regions around the world. Essential oils are brought in from biblical times. There's many different references. I think there's 32 references of different types of essential oils in the Bible, and they're not all created equal. That's why I chose Young Living specifically. Young Living, when I had was approached by several different people about essential oils at the same time. I thought, okay, well, at least I should look at this. There's something telling me to look at the different brands. And I actually, took the time and looked at them, and I went and did some research and discovered what was important to me was that Young Living's been around for 25 years. If I'm going to switch some of the chemicals in my life that we're told to use and you switch it with a different product, I want some company that's been around for a long time and knows and tried and true. Plus, Young Living owns their own farms and co-owns with other properties and stuff, and other farmers. So they're working together with that to bring us the highest quality, from testing the seed that goes into the ground and testing the groundwater and the soil, to not putting pesticides and doing hand picking. If you ever want to go out to Utah, United States, you're more than welcome to go out there and pick lavender fields. They do that once a year, usually pre-COVID, and you can always go out there. I'd get to do that. I'd love to do that someday. But then they also seal their own bottles. We have their own manufacturing products and stuff. So if you ever look online, don't question the bottles, and anything that you see online, buy it directly from a reputable distributor, because it's directly from another distributor. Quickly want to go through, you can do 3 things with oils. You can do topically or aromatically. I've got my diffuser over here in the corner. I have it running all day long. And then Young Living is actually FDA approved for, yay, Melissa, she's got her diffuser right there. It makes you feel so much better, and it gets you through the day. I had to do I'm struggling with, keeping concentration. I use brain power in my diffuser, and I was able to get my tasks done. But Young Living is the only essential oil brand that has been FDA approved for ingestion. We're labeled for ingestion, and that's why they notice the difference. It's a different formula. It's just a different bottle labeling of that product. So it's the same formula across the board, but we've just been approved for that. Lavender is an amazing oil. So I'm just going to talk quickly about some top oils that I really like. It's a Swiss Army of oils. It's got so many different benefits. How many times have you burned your face, your neck or something from dropping a curling iron, or touched a hot stove? Put lavender on it immediately. It really calms and relieves that and allows it to heal much faster. Frankincense. Frankincense obviously is the Bible reference, but it's for calming and comforting. I love it's grounding. Adding a drop into my diffuser with my other favorite oils just helps it kind of keep me calm. It's great for your skin. Put it in my skincare products, add it into my lotion. Peace and calming. Oh my gosh, peace and calming is awesome. It's comforting and uplifting. Calms you down. I know we don't think about stress out, but I think some of the anxiety that we have from the work-life balance that we've had to deal with in the last year has been, different challenges for everybody. But peace and calming was one of my favorites to begin with. But it creates an environment, and it just allows you to chill out. So I put this on after work. After I'm done with my brain power, I can chill out, and now I can do my peace and calming and chill out, watch either TV or do some crafts or something.
You have 2 minutes.
Thank you. Peppermint is amazing, and it's a Vitality line. So the Vitality line is the line that is labeled for internal ingestion. It's great for if you have a gut ache, but it's also great to put in a package of brownies and bake it. So put 4 drops in a package of brownies, and I've heard that it's amazing. I can't have brownies. I can't have chocolate. So, but I've heard that it's a really amazing add-on to it. And I actually add it to my tea, and I love that. Thieves. Oh my gosh, thieves. I can't say enough about thieves, but it's for cleansing and for the digestive system. It's good for antioxidant properties, building your immune system. I don't leave the house in the world of COVID or even flu and cold seasons. Right now, this last year, I have put thieves on my feet constantly, and I put it sprayed on my mask spray so I can just feel that in when I go out and about. And I feel like I have another layer of protection for myself. That's how I feel about that. So how do you get the best deal? Young Living has a setup for a wholesale membership. They actually have a membership plan. You can buy one time and get started and then never buy again, or you can buy from me, or however you want to do it. There's many different options. But the beauty of everybody that is up in Canada is that they've got 2 distribution centers up in Canada. So you don't have to pay any taxes coming across the border. So it's really nice and makes it really easy for those that are in Canada. Plus, then we have several distribution centers in the United States. And so it tries to get to you pretty fast. However, postal service is a little delayed right now, so we won't talk about that. So it might take a little bit longer. You just have patience. We're experiencing that here in the United States. But it's a great way to just set up your own account, or, I'm right here. We have a team, a Facebook group that's amazing for asking questions. If you have an ailment, give me a call. I can look it up on my phone app, and I have a desk reference guide that's amazing for looking up different things. Anybody that have a quick question? I think I have like about 1 minute or less than a minute left. If anybody has any questions, I want to just ask that. Otherwise, I'd be happy to do a one-to-one with anyone afterwards, or any referrals that you might have.
I have a quick question. The thieves that comes in the essential oils, is that different from the cleanser, or do you use the oil to make the cleanser?
You can do the cleanser is actually separate, and you should have gotten when you bought your kit, you should have gotten a sample of it, I believe.
Oh, okay.
And let's say it may have been on the bottom of your box, so we need to revisit that. But the cleanser is actually separate, and it comes in a separate bottle that actually is concentrated. So it does come in a household cleaner. And so you take this and you add a capful or two into a spray bottle, and then you can dilute it with water. And so this lasts you a really long time. There's over 30 uses of this, and so different types. So it lasts me quite a long time, a couple months. But I use it, if you want it more concentrated, I use like 2 or 3 capfuls. So if you've got like if you have dogs or cats, I use it for a cleaner, or in your bathroom, I'll use a different cleaner. And then just maybe a general household cleaner, I'll use 1 capful. So there's some recipes for that, and I can share those in our group.
Thank you.
And I want to say I love the Thieves hand sanitizer, because of course we have to use hand sanitizer everywhere. And I hate the ones in the stores. It makes my skin peel. So I just have my own little bottles of the Thieves one, and nobody minds me using my own. And then my skin doesn't peel, and I love the smell.
Good. I do too. I have one in every pocket. I had to put on a different coat today. I'm like, oh, what's this in my pocket? Oh, it's a Thieves cleaner, a Thieves hand sanitizer. So I have it everywhere. Great. Thank you so much for the questions. I'm going to stop the